Hi, this is Darragh from Century 21 Dreams, and this is Let's Talk Real Estate, Let's Get Real. So today's topic is about a growing trend of properties that are being bought by non-residents in an area. We're seeing that in Toronto, but we're really seeing it a lot in Oakville and Burlington, where somebody is buying a property and they have no intention of moving in. It's for investment. But they're putting it up for rent immediately, but they're not taking care of it in the meantime. So we're having some issues with vacant properties or properties that are up for lease but are not being taken care of. Now, many times this is not, I'm going to make a generalization here, it's not usually a buyer who is local. Because if they do, if they're a resident in the area, they're going to be around, hopefully, to maintain the property. Often we're finding that this is international buyers or buyers of other communities. And it is actually starting to get residents very upset for a variety of reasons. We don't, quite frankly, want to become Vancouver or places where really all over the news you're hearing about the fact that neighborhoods are being taken over by non-residents who aren't moving in. So having said that, recently I have received calls from people, knowing that I'm in real estate, or even just realtors who have actually phoned and tried to make sure that a property, even if it's going to be vacant or rented in the interim, that it is maintained, because it really does affect the neighborhood. It affects the values of properties. It affects the rent. Even if you're renting, you need to, if I'm showing somebody a leased property and the place is a mess and outside they don't keep it, then that really is going to be not a great landlord, quite frankly. And I really don't want my tenants going in there. So it really doesn't help anyone. And there are bylaws, and the city will get involved if it gets bad enough. And I've had in the past myself had to contact people. Now, having said that, who can you call? So if you are the listing agent of a property and you've sold it, and let me be clear, these podcasts are about being real. Many times when you are at the negotiating table for your sellers, the buying rep does not tell you that the people have no intention of being residents in the community. They could argue it's not our business, but we really don't have control. But quite often, people tell you they're coming, and you'll work out dates for closing, etc., with the basis that the person is coming to live there. So we don't always know. But having said that, we're on the selling side. So we hear from people, because then it reflects badly on us, but we have no control. So as a selling agent, we cannot contact the buyer directly. First of all, we don't have the contact information as far as being able to, but we're not allowed to actually contact a buyer, because they are considered the buying rep's client. And so that actually goes against all of our RICO rules. The best case scenario, if you're not reporting it to the city, is that we can try to get in touch with the buying agent who has the contact information and hopefully is still in contact with the buyer, and can persuade them to actually come in and voluntarily start to maintain a property before the city is, notified. So that's part of today's podcast, is trying to figure out really what we're allowed to do. And also, how to get action on a property. I've been contacted, quite frankly, by people that want me to search back in time where a property has exchanged hands even years ago, to try to find the buying rep to be able to contact the owners. And it has worked in some cases as well. And, again, I live in the community. I work in the community. My children go to school in the community. And it's really important to me that both Oakville and Burlington are wonderful communities to live in and also to invest in. And so, obviously if I'm checking into a property that was years ago, there's no value to me in the sense I'm not making any money on it. I'm trying to be a good resident and a good business owner, etc., to help to try to resolve the issue before it goes to the city. So, what is your recourse? You can contact the city or try to contact somebody to take action. But if you are a buyer and you're buying into our wonderful communities, and I got to tell you, they're wonderful, that please keep them updated, okay? Just maintain them. And I say that to buying reps, especially if they're from out of town, because you really don't know them and you're not necessarily going to work with them again, potentially. That really, it's like whatever you're going to do, that this is a proud community that wants the properties maintained. So I hope that helps. Definitely get in touch with me, Darlene at Home Sale Divas, if you have any real estate needs, and I'd be happy to help. So take care and have a wonderful day. Okay, bye-bye.